Greetings, good morning, and welcome. I'm Deanna. I'm a project manager. And if you're watching this video right now, you're probably curious about what the typical day looks like for a project manager.
Yes.
Yeah! Wait, really?
Yes.
Yes!
So I'm gonna show you. As y'all can see, I still got my bonnet on. I'm still trying to start the day. So let me freshen up and then we can really get this day started. Good morning. I am freshen up, but in typical me fashion, wait, hold on. Luckily, I am a remote project manager, so I could take the time to get my life before I have to get on camera for a meeting. So let me get my life before they call my name.
Are you all there, or did I interrupt your groove? Good morning. Welcome to another week. I'm grateful to see all of you here. Don't take anyone's presence for granted. We made it through the weekend, and I hope that whatever you chose or however you chose to spend your weekend, or however someone else chose to spend your weekend, that it was joyful and restorative, restful, whatever you needed it to be. Even if you just got a little bit of what you needed, you can amplify that, uplift it, and that it will give you some juice to get through another week.
I know one of my favorite things, and it's always really convenient, is that I could be very casual on my work calls. Every Monday, my staff gets together and we have a all-staff check-in just to discuss any upcoming developments, if there's any tasks or things that we're working on that we need organizational support. We also just do a first and foremost a mental check-in and just ease into the day and start our week off on a lighter note before jumping into, the big things. So now with that being done, I am able to take everything that was discussed, any thoughts that I might have had during our meeting and such that I wrote down, and now I'm going to sit and prioritize some tasks. I know for me personally, I need to have those morning meetings before really getting into the workday and creating a to-do list, because there just might be tasks and such that either somebody will mention in that meeting and I forgot about it, or I don't know, you ever just be sitting and somebody's chatting and out of nowhere they say one keyword and you're like, oh I forgot to write that down.
Yes.
Now with all of that, let me go make this to-do list, and I'm gonna do it all on my good old Kindle Scribe. First and foremost, I had to switch up glasses because I forgot I accidentally sat on my black frames and I thought I fixed them, but I didn't. Luckily, I have another pair. Second of all, if there's anything I'm going to make sure I take my time doing, it's putting together my to-do list. As a project manager, it is going to be vital that you really give yourself an adequate amount of time to review and prioritize all your tasks. I know for me, I am working on multiple projects covering completely different initiatives with different goals, different budgets, different directions and pathways and such that each initiative is trying to go down, and with that comes with different timelines, it comes with different tasks, it comes with different deadlines. So when I prioritize, I always do it in a chronological order, so I make sure that I am hitting all things, whether I got a week to do it or if it's something I got to get done by end of day. However, I would never know that if I ain't sit and make a to-do list. In addition to my all-staff meeting that you guys saw earlier today, I also have several weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly meetings with my team, individually and as groups or departments, depending on the needs. So in the all-staff meeting, where we are able to come together organizationally and cover the big picture things, these smaller meetings give us the opportunity to become much more focused. And again, like I said, I'm working with different initiatives. There's different directors that have different goals and such that they are trying to hit. So with each meeting that I am attending, it's like a different hat is on my head, if that makes sense. And as a project manager, regardless of the industry that you are working in, you will most likely be required to wear several thinking caps. These consistent check-ins will also be really valuable to you as a project manager, because sometimes it's not easy to say things via email, and just talking with somebody real quick face to face, or in my instance screen to screen, makes a huge difference. As a project manager, check-ins and meetings and stuff will become your best friend. And speaking of meetings, I got one in and I got some time. So I'm about to sit and honestly, I got some emails and communications I gotta do. So let me do that. Let me do that. Throughout most of my days, I am responding to or sending out emails to clients, stakeholders, or team members. Usually, I am either A, addressing any concerns that they or I may have with the project, B, am providing any updates to keep the project going along smoothly, or C, I'm addressing any concerns that I or they may have. I'm taking a standing break. I've been sitting at my computer for several hours now, about 3 hours now. And you know, Apple Watches, they tell you to get up every hour, but I've been ignoring it. But I decided to get up now and do a little stretchy stretch. So if you're watching and you ain't get up and stretch today, oh, you just been sitting at your desk, do a quick little 1-2. Oh, reach your arms up and touch your toes. Lord have mercy. All right. Sent out some emails, check some things off. Now let's get to the midday for a project manager. What's next? Oh man, y'all, I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie. As y'all saw, that was another meeting of mine that I had with one of the initiatives at my job, and just simple check-in, boom, bam, bow. Like, I love that these meetings, if they don't have to drag or we don't have nothing to talk about, then we just continue on with our day. I did not have any meetings with any stakeholders or any like clientele or nothing today, but that is also something that I do pretty regularly as a project manager. When these meetings do occur, just like with the check-in with my teammates at my job, I am connecting with stakeholders to give them any necessary updates, to discuss any current or new requirements required for the project, and to make sure that we are managing all expectations and every mark that has to be hit is continuously being hit. Having these check-ins with your stakeholders and your clients are going to be extremely essential for you to properly manage and maintain any project that you're working on. It's just a real simple and easy way to make sure everybody is aligned, that everybody knows what goals needs to be hit, and if anything is missing, y'all can figure it out expeditiously. One of the things that I didn't have to worry about today, but I did have to worry about a few days ago, was risk management. As a project manager, I should be able to easily identify any potential risks to the project and to be able to work on any mitigation strategies. I am regularly checking to make sure that if any mistakes have arisen, if there are any issues, if there is a needed solution to get to the next step in a project, it's on me to discover the issue and find the solution. For example, one issue that arose, I don't know, y'all know what I'm trying to say, but an issue that came up recently was a report that was supposed to go to a funder and it was missed. I did not see the email. In the numerous amounts of communications that I had with this particular funder, that one email was lost in the bunch, and I just should have been paying more attention to it. I overlooked it. I thought everything was handled, and it was not. As a response, I had to make sure to organize the schedule of everybody that I would need to work with me on this report. I had to connect with our funder to first and foremost apologize for missing this.
Fire me. Please. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't fire you right here on the spot. I have excellent sales numbers!
And to ensure that they will be getting this report expeditiously, which they did. This particular report involved 3 different documents that I needed to put together, get the narrative in order, get the budget set. There was like an evaluation chart that we also had to provide to the funder. So it was a lot to turn around last minute, but unavoidable. Luckily, you know, there was no issue in this, and we have a long-standing relationship with this funder, so it wasn't harmful that this report got lost in the sauce. Mistakes, My dog's almost knocked down the camera. Child, mistakes happen. You know, it is what it is. If you miss a deadline or an issue arises and you have to scramble to address it, or it's giving you a difficult time, just breathe. It is okay. Like, the issue is already there. Instead of like giving your energy to worrying about it and being stressed about it, give your energy into finding a solution for it. And usually 9 times out of 10, it works out. Well, now that that issue is not an issue anymore, I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go get me something to eat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get me some food, but I need to eat something. So I know I said I was gonna show y'all a full day, but my day got busy, so we leaking into day 2. Anywho, I believe the last thing I said is that I was going to get something to eat. That sounds right. But of course, I didn't just sit there and enjoy my meal. I had work to do. So during the midday and after, all the morning meetings, prioritizing tasks, team collaboration, all that good stuff, I'm now sitting down and trying to just project plan and schedule. I'm reviewing current project plans. I'm looking at timelines. I'm looking at resources that we're utilizing for each project. And I'm also sitting here and taking the time to adjust any schedules that might need to be flipped around. A lot of the times at my job, especially working in philanthropy, endless changes and shifts and client meetups, stakeholder connections, etc., etc. So I have to make sure that I am maintaining everything and everyone's calendar as adequately and efficiently and all of that stuff as possible. With meeting with various stakeholders and clients and potential like investors and such, I am continuously making sure that my schedule and my team schedule is on track, that there's no, collision, there's no overlaps, and that people actually have like a little space in between, meetings and such to grab a snack or go to the bathroom. And in addition to keeping our schedules in order, I am also making sure that all our resources have been allocated accordingly. And if anything needs to be shifted or moved around, then I'm shifting and moving it around so everything stays on track. All right, well, Yes, I do have another pair of glasses. You can never have enough frames. And no, they're not prescription. These are Blu-ray glasses because I'm sitting in front of a screen for hours and hours a day. So trying to keep my little eyes protected. But let me go. I'll be back. Whew, man, if there's anything that really takes up my time as a project manager, besides scheduling and such, it's documentation and reporting. As a project manager, I am solely responsible for making sure that all our documents and reports are up to date. This can include, like I talked about earlier, a progress report to a funder. This could be things like risk logs or any other relevant reports and materials that relate to whatever project that I'm working on. I'm updating things for our stakeholders. I am highlighting any key achievements that we would like to relate to them. I'm telling them about any upcoming milestones or any concerns that we may have in regards to the project that we are working on with them. And I've talked about this a million times before. The only way that I'm able to manage all of that is because I have a project management software enacted. If you do not have one, I'm gonna need you to get one expeditiously. Personally, I use Monday.com and Asana. Today, as requested by you guys, we're going to talk about the best project management software for first-time project managers. While I'm finishing up my stretch break, I want to also talk about how important it is as a project manager to know how to manage budgets. No matter what industry you're in, I am 1,000% sure you will be involved in managing some sort of budget.
All right, give me the money! Will that be from your savings or your checking account, sir?
I know regularly, and especially because I am a project manager of development and I am working with grants and such, I am monitoring budgets on a weekly basis. Sometimes though, a daily basis. I am making sure to keep up to date with my team and clientele with any variances that may need to be addressed in the budget. And if we have to make any financial adjustments, that can also be done. But if I wasn't tracking it and if I didn't know how to manage it, budget, we would be in big trouble. As I said, budget management is a huge part of my job because I am working with grants and awards. Though I am working with a group of people to put together this budget, and I'm not doing this on my own and just coming up with numbers, I am the one that is relaying these numbers to our stakeholders. So if I don't have a cohesive process set up to establish that connection between the finance team and the stakeholders / funder, man. Whew. All right, now that my stretch break is over, one thing that I am glad I'm actually working on, that if you are a project manager or working to become one, make sure you got some training and professional development on your calendar. Of course, this heavily relies on if you even have the time to incorporate professional development in your schedule. But if you do, it's going to be super beneficial to you and your team. Prime example is that a few months back, my job started using this tool called Instrumental to better track grant opportunities, grant awards, etc., etc. And incorporating this, I knew the platform, I knew how it worked, I knew how to add certain like buttons and like reminders and things and such like that into the system for it to work in a cohesive manner and to just flow, but they did not. So I had to sit and go through everyone's schedule, put time on their calendar, and have a training so that they would better understand this new platform. You as the project manager taking the time to develop and understand new tools and techniques and practices that can not just better your work, but the work of your entire company, organization, or wherever it is that you are employed, it can really improve the efficiency of any project that you're working on. Y'all. Oh. As y'all can see, I'm in the middle of winding down for the day. And so to close out my day as a project manager, I'm about to do some wrap-ups and reflection. Typically, when I am finishing up my day, there's a few things that I like to do. First, I am reviewing the day's accomplishments. I'm seeing now if there's any updates that I have to do to my to-do list, so I'm just better prepared for tomorrow. And I'm ensuring that all tasks have been logged into the project management software. Then I'm getting some final communications down packed, sending out those last few emails to wrap up the day. And one of my favorite functions ever is Gmail having the option to schedule your emails. So a lot of the times there will be something that I think about at night, but I'm not going to email somebody at 10 p.m. So I schedule it to go out in the morning the next day at 10 a.m. I'm making sure that I am finishing off the day with letting everybody know of any critical information, any tasks that they have to really pay attention to. So the wrap up includes all of that. The most important thing to ending the day is disconnecting and recharging.
Hold up, that clock is slow. It is 5 o'clock. I will see you all tomorrow.
I am logging off. I am not answering no emails. If it is after business hours, you're gonna have to catch me tomorrow. I'm feeling like I need a nap. I might have to get ready. I might have to get ready to take a nap, y'all. I'm tired. Let me go wrap up like I said I would. Let me do that. Well, would you look at that? You spent an entire day and some change with this project manager and made it to the end of this video. So thanks for watching.
Sometimes goodbyes are a bitch.
T-shirt idea. Goodbye stink.
My videos are inspired by you guys, so if anybody has any questions, if there's anything that you're curious about and you want me to dive deeper into, leave that in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye y'all.